today I'm going to be doing a video that I've been worrying about for quite a while. This video is all about me wanting to cut down on YA, especially YA fantasy. And I know that when someone says I want to stop reading YA, people, especially on BookTube, tend to jump on them, going, oh, you're saying that adult books are better than YA. And I just want to say that I am not saying this. This is just for personal reasons. I'm not telling anyone else to do the same. This is just what I want to do this year and see how it goes. So just watch what I have to say before you judge me, and then we can have a discussion down in the comment section. I have always read YA and I always will. But last year, 2017, I read a lot of YA fantasy and I'm a bit upset with how much I read. I am someone who likes lots of different genres. I like my thrillers, I like my historical fiction, and I like my contemporaries. My main genre is fantasy, but a lot of the YA fantasy that I read last year was so repetitive. And this dawned on me when I was reading Red Queen. I was thinking, but this happens in every single book. And basically what I don't like is that the majority of YA fantasy goes along the plot lines of a member of a girl's family dies, she gets taken away or kidnapped and finds out she's got like a special power, she's different from these people who she's lived with. She has a family friend who she grew up with, who she loves, but then she kind of loves the people on the bad side, and then something happens and she starts a rebellion. I have got fed up of that, you know, reading so many different things that's the same. I've just found it really boring now, and I just can't be bothered reading stuff like that. I mean, I went on my book depository wish list and I got rid of every single book that I ever started with when her so-and-so dies. And I got rid of like 40 books of my wish list. I've cut it down from about 120 books to now just 80 books. That just shows how repetitive YA is now, so I'm just wanting to get away from that a bit. So repetitiveness is the main reason, but there are a couple of others as well. I mean, this year I just want to grow reading wise. I want to try out new things, maybe not go for the books I recognise, maybe go for something that I'm not too sure, you know, and maybe challenge myself a bit. I mean, I want to read some more historic fiction because last year I hardly read any and I'm really upset with myself. I also maybe want to try some adult fantasy because I know I really liked Game of Thrones, but it did get a bit confusing with everything. So if anyone knows any adult fantasy books that I may enjoy, just comment down below. I am already starting the Mistborn series. I have that book on my TBR shelf, so I can't wait to give that a go. But if you know any more, just comment down below. And I also want to be a booktuber who can recommend different kinds of things, because I know a lot of people on BookTube, they tend to be a bit scared of trying adult novels, because YA is amazing, but I think sometimes people think that maybe, especially adult fantasy, can be confusing, and basically it just depends on what you're reading. So I just want to be someone that people can go to and maybe get different kinds of views, not the like obvious ones. To be honest, on BookTube you go to them and majority of them say the same books, if you get what I mean. You know, you can go to like 3 booktubers and they can all mention like A Court of Thorns and Roses, Six of Crows, just all the same, and it sometimes does get a bit boring because again, repetitiveness. And that's probably why I read loads of YA fantasy last year. I mean, I can go into my Waterstones and go to the YA section, which is quite small, it's literally just 3 shelves, and I can recognise probably about 90% of those books there just because they've all been mentioned on YouTube. I might just pick that up, not because I'm interested in it, but because I kind of know what it's about. I've seen people who like it and I pick it up. Whereas I want to be able to go into Waterstones, look in the fiction or sci-fi, fantasy or crime sections and actually have a good look. You know, read blurbs of books that I have never heard of before, because I might find a hidden gem that I never even knew I would like. So I want to kind of do that, you know. I don't want to be picking books up because of the hype. I want to be picking books up because I'm actually 100% interested in them. You know, I want to be adventurous with my reading. I want to pick a book, say I might not like this, but I'm giving it a go. I don't want to just pick up a book. I've seen like loads of booktubers mention it and think, oh, I'll become for this with this book. It's something that I like. It's like a book that I've already read. I mean, obviously I will still be reading YA. I'm still going to be getting my Fairy Loot boxes and they always come with YA fantasy. there are some series that I still want to finish, and some YA stuff is really good still. I mean, historic fiction and YA is amazing. YA contemporary is also really good. The only reason why I want to stop reading YA fantasy is because it is so repetitive. If you give me a YA fantasy that doesn't follow along the same lines as everything else, and if it sounds interesting, I will probably pick it up still. So I am not saying YA is rubbish, I'm just saying personally, I think it's become a bit repetitive. So 2018, I'm going to try and stay away from it. But you will still see YA on this channel, so don't worry about it. You might just see me broaden my horizons, and you never know, I may mention something, you might find it interesting, and there you go, you might find your new book that's an adult book. And I know a lot of people nowadays are saying they want to gradually move into adult, so I'm hoping I can maybe help those do that as well. I'm going to stop there because I may start rambling on a bit, which I don't want to do because I can already see this video is quite long, so we're going to have to edit it down quite a bit. And I can't wait to see what going into the adult section every now and then will do for me. I suppose you'll see in a year, I might do like a year wrap up next year just to see how my reading habits have changed. I'd love to see what you think, so just comment down below and we can have a little discussion. As usual, you can see me on my Goodreads on Twitter, where I will be tweeting a lot more about the books I am reading. So I will see you later with a new video. Bye!